Peace
All
for
right,
the past.
guys. Here we go. We're loading into our round two Dune Weekly qualifier match. I'm joined by Logic. What's up, Logic?
Hello.
And I'm joined by Antonell. Antonell.
Hello, hello.
All right. And whoever's in the chat and Twitch or whatever, just let us know if any of our volumes or mics need to be adjusted. And we've got a very good lobby here today. I don't think we'll have any players in this lobby struggling with any kind of production or getting out of month two into the mid game. So let's go ahead and introduce the players. We have Angelero on Atreides. What do you guys think about his counselors here? What does he got? He
I
went
I,
he
I
went
like
Yui
him.
Jessica.
Yeah, Yui is really good. He gives you plus 10% HP on all your units, plus 2 knowledge, which is nice, just a little early research buff, and plus 30% regeneration speed, I think. And Jessica lets you force truces on people
With no cooldown.
with with no
Logic, do you
cooldown.
think that should
which-
have a cooldown or no?
Do I think it should have a cooldown? I think maybe I like it this way. No cooldown. Maybe
Alright.
it's OP and then they can nerf it,
It,
but time will tell.
Alright, let's see, because I think it's going to be a problem as people figure out they can
I'm.
just
It
spam
is a
truces,
problem.
right?
I mean, if
I was
he is
playing
gonna be in the lead,
Ikaz.
then
I was playing Ikaz, and there's no way I can damage Atreides
Oh,
just by playing
Ekaz is
yeah,
Ikaz.
hard countered.
literally no way. Yeah,
Yeah,
funny.
Hard countered by Atreides right
yeah.
now. It's actually insane.
That's funny.
So a couple of changes have been made to Atreides. Have we had an Atreides player in a Dune monthly match? At least not one that I've commented on. So,
No, we commented on one. We
oh,
commented
I played
on
against
Ghost,
Phobos.
who got
Uh,
assassinated by Gorilla Man's head. You don't
okay.
remember?
All right. Well, the reason why I was asking was because I just want to talk about some of the changes that have been made to Atreides, and I think one of the hugest, biggest, most impactful changes to Atreides is that now they can offer truces without any upkeep to them.
yeah,
With Jessica, yes.
With Jessica, yeah,
yeah.
isn't that crazy?
I think it's crazy.
It's pretty good.
So basically, like right now with Yui, with that two knowledge that you get, John Drama, I'd like to see you win the tournament on Atreides, bro. I'm pulling for you. Okay, it's doable now with the way the Atreides are. Uh, I think
Atreides
they're pretty good.
has been buffed hugely by the armor changes.
Yeah, yeah, I think they're pretty good. I think their army's pretty good, and now with like these
Hmm.
no-cost truces, it makes sense. It makes no sense for you not to offer truces to everybody. Get that research agreement, and just you can plow through your tech tree so fast, like almost as fast as Vernius, if people are generous and truce you in the lobby. So I like his setup here. He just double capped a couple of villages. He's got a
Yeah,
spice field.
I want to say every player I think except Smuggler double capped something.
Yeah,
They were following the same
yeah.
thing.
Is this meta? That's our question. Is this meta? All right, let's go to
So
Phobos.
maybe already we can see a research city.
I
I
mean,
think Angelero was
I'd
looking
like
to
to.
click on one of the portrait. He's just about finishing Lay of the Land.
Yeah, so he's starting off. No, he went into the blue
Maybe
tech
not.
now. Yeah,
Maybe
he
not.
went. Yeah, he went
The
research. Yeah,
Lay
he
of
went
the
research.
Land
I
is
wanna
not
see
blue
how
tech.
much shenanigan will he do with Jessica early.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm interested to see.
But he can't force. So the other change to Jessica is that he can't force treaties anymore. He can only
Yeah.
force the truce, which I think is actually a good change because that would just be stupid broken, right? No upkeep. You just force
Mhm.
every treaty on everybody. I mean, that would be ridiculous. Let's.
I don't know. It is still expensive, and the other side benefits from
How?
it.
It's
No?
only what? How much
It
authority does it
was
cost? I mean,
50 to force.
influence,
It was 50 to force, I think.
right?
Yeah.
And
Am
now,
I right?
how much is it?
And it now what?
Yeah,
Now it's I think 250 to force a truce.
250, bro. Come on. Atreides makes 250 influence in their sleep. It's definitely like a mid to late game tech. It's not something you can do early.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
okay. I'm talking about melee early game.
No, you can't.
If so you cannot really force early.
Right. I mean, you could, but you don't want to. I don't think you want to do that as Atreides early, because your advantage as Atreides early is you could win the first Landsrad vote pretty much every single time, right?
Mhm.
So I'm not wasting any
game, yeah.
influence on truces
If
nobody
someone
wants.
doesn't get an
Yeah, if they
influence
don't want to
thing right,
truce me
it's
early
fine.
game, that's their loss, man. Because somebody's gonna truce me, and they're gonna get research treaty and money treaty. So
Definitely, that is how it should work.
yeah. So before, my policy was don't trade with the Atreides, and now I'm definitely trading with the Atreides. Let's go on to the next player. Let's go to Phobos. He's our smuggler player. Our resident smuggler expert, Logic. He's not playing Staban, Logic. What do you think about his counselors? Tell us about his counselors.
I mean, I think Lingard is the best, so he
Well, he
plays
chose
Lingard.
Lingar, but it's the other
And
counselor.
the other counselor is the influence giving counselor, which is pretty cool. I mean, the influence gain part is pretty cool. I think the general consensus is that the community does not understand how the intel trading ability could be used
Okay.
effectively.
Okay.
We will see maybe.
Tell us what you think about it.
I don't understand really, but I don't know.
What do you mean you don't understand? This is what we pay you for.
No, but I think there were talks about this, right? So you trade intel just to gain infiltration levels, so you can gain a little bit more influence for many intel, and then the opponent can also know that you are about to assassinate him, or if not, then you just wasted a
Okay.
couple of intel. So I don't know, but
So
time
what do you
will tell.
think? What do you think he's gonna do with this counselor?
I don't know, but
I think he's going for a political thing with Smax, because the counselor also gives you plus influence cap, if I remember correctly.
No, plus half influence per information level.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
So actually, it's insane. It can plus 5-7 influence. It can give you.
I'll tell you right now. So this counselor gains information in other factions by trading intel to them. Produces 0.5 influence per information level in any field. Faction information levels reduce 50% slower. Yo, that's strong. I think all the other stuff is nonsense, but produce 0.5 influence per information on any field, like you're guaranteed to have
Good, yeah.
guaranteed to have 2 on Arrakis. You're probably gonna have 2 on Spacing Guild and as many on Landsrat as possible, right? You're gonna have 1 on Chom, and then you'll probably have a couple of agents on other factions. So you're talking what? Maybe like
We're seeing Corrino pushing Smugs off that tile.
interesting. I guess Smuggler was going for a pillage there. He just lost a couple of units. Carino said back up. Alright, so that's an interesting counselor. He's new. We don't know too much about him. I'm sure there's going to be some tech created for him pretty soon. I do see potential for him, though. So I'm kind of excited to see what the community comes up with on how to properly utilize him.
It is definitely a different choice than what most people are going for now.
Yeah, because everybody's going Lingar Staban. Everybody's going Lingar Staban.
Lingar Staban, or now Lingar and Stakhanov, because Stakhanov's buff now affects crafts workshops as well.
Okay.
After the patch.
Let me pull up Stakhanov real quick, just because I'm also curious.
Did we miss completely the first council? I don't remember what were the
vote
resolutions, right?
No, yeah. I don't think it's happened yet. So
no, it's on day 20, no?
Oh, it happened. Okay, I was reading the counter. So Stakhanov is villages without any smuggler regions in their neighbors gain sieges take 100% longer and 20% resource production. Refund 50% of authority. Capture costs when a village is lost in any way. Okay, so the interesting thing about this counselor is that he was built around the Vahutal Angelero type of smuggler, right? I think like this is such a fascinating counselor to me, because the developers literally built a counselor based on how players were playing the faction, like the best players, who I think are like Vahutal and Angelero, Fizz, Logic, like these are like the best smuggler players, and like they built the counselor based around how you guys were playing smugglers. Isn't that so cool? Maybe I'm just
I think it's cool. Yeah,
Maybe
I
I'm
think
just a nerd.
Oh, it
yeah,
is
I
cool.
think general playstyle of smuggler can end up with many villages with no surrounded smuggler villages, so it's actually a pretty cool idea.
Yeah. Okay, and Smuggler looks like he's a shoo-in to take the Polar Sink based on where the village is and how his villages are laid out. So that's a great.
Yeah.
Whenever a smuggler can get the Polar Sink and they want to sell water as Lingard, that's just amazing. You just make so much money.
Mhm.
Let's go to Goat. Let's go to Goat. So he's our Corrino player. He's running Irulan Fenring, and I mean, what's there to say about this counselor combination that hasn't already been said? There's some debates out there, guys. I mean, what are we thinking here? Do we think Fenrir? We know Irulan's a must pick, right? Are we going to debate that?
Yes,
I think so.
Irulan is insane.
The new Vensik, yeah.
Does it bother you that there's a must pick counselor? Pretty
It
much
bothers me. I
for
think
every
many
Yeah.
faction
faction.
has a must pick
Yeah,
counselor
every
now.
faction has one, right? Like I'm not playing Stilgar. I'm not playing Fremen without Stilgar. And I agree. I do think that it kind of sucks that you have to play a counselor for every. Like you're not gonna play Smuggler without Lingar, right?
Yeah,
So
probably.
like it is what it
Not
is, I guess.
now, but
It
yeah.
is what it is. But the debate would be on the second counselor with Fenring. I'm gonna put it out to the panel, man. Like Fenring, like what are we thinking here? Like, do we like Fenring?
I like.
I think he's good.
Do you like
I
him? Do you like him better than uh the Gaius? Do you like him better than
per-
the Reverend Mother?
I'm not sure.
personally I like Gaius more.
You like
So with
Gaius more?
yeah,
Why?
because you can boost your early research so much from Lance Red resolutions just by putting them on yourself and setting other people back.
Okay. So you like the early game advantage that Gaius gives.
Yes, and
You
late
think
game late
what
game she has
go
the
ahead.
advantage that it's harder for other people to push Guff if they're not ECAS because you can outvote every charter easily with the double charter count.
Wait, her
Like
votes
double
count
charter
Good
double
supporting.
for
idea.
charters?
No. You supporting a charter counts as double.
Supporting a charter counts as
Yeah, it's a
double.
good
I
idea.
see.
That's actually a good defense against Governor. Yeah,
It is, because
Yeah,
that's not the most common use that I associate with her. I associate her for the Imperial Mandate, right? But
but
that's one of her strengths. I agree. You
Imperial
can
mandate for Gaius.
Yeah, so the way the counselor works is that your votes count double on anything that you put
Oh,
Imperial
that yeah.
Mandate on, right?
Imperial
I was
Edict.
thinking
You
of
mean? I
Imperial
think.
Imperial
Edict,
edict.
sorry,
Yeah,
yes. And then the other use for her is that you can promote charters in the Landsrad with either Solari or Influence, and her votes count double. So that is good. Okay, Logic, do you agree with this, or do you think that there's another counselor that has more late game utility?
I don't know yet. I played most of the game with the other counselor, Fenring. I just like to just click on the POIs. I like that he already made 4 ornithopters to just always have something to discover. But maybe it's not that strong as the
I think
mother.
Fenring falls off later in the game.
When are you gonna ask me
Uh,
my opinion? Because I'm waiting for you to cue me in.
Never.
What is your opinion?
Ask me.
Tell us.
Somebody ask me, dude. Somebody freaking ask me. Okay, the starter car replication counselor who was a Ramsham last patch. I don't think he has much to offer in the end. Nobody's gonna be truce with you anyway.
Mhm.
Um, but I do think that Fenring has more late game utility than uh, Gaius, and I'll tell you why. I think that the hedge win con right now is so strong, especially in a lobby with 4 players that know what they're doing. So if everybody's hedging properly, then that means they're also voting in the Landsrad properly. Here we have our second Landsrad council. We have private mandate. Smuggler's definitely going to want to try to get that. He uses Imperial Edict on the Imperial missionaries, so everybody's going to get the 300 Solari per village, and we have Atreides and Corrino with the influence lead right now at 230 votes each. So Corrino doesn't want to risk not getting the early Solari, which for him is essential, so that he can, because the production for Corrino does take a little bit to ramp up. Okay, back to the counselors. So I'm saying that in a lobby of capable players, that the hedge game is going to play out before the governor game. Does anybody want to dispute me on that?
Uh, Most likely, yeah.
Most likely, right? In a world of odds, the odds are that the hedge game is going to play out faster than the governor game, right? So
Yeah.
at the end, if you have Fenring, what's the thing that Carino needs the most? He needs authority the most, because if he's bunkering, or if his regions are not near territories, his main bases are not near territories that he wants to capture, Fenring allows you to steal all the authority POIs. And I think late
Hmm.
game,
That's a good thing.
it is like the most essential, crucial thing. Like when I'm playing Carino late game, I'm out there like on the map all the time, looking around, looking, making sure my ornithopters are discovering.
You
That
can
is a
also
good
steal
point.
the space and guild POIs from day one, basically. Not day one, but from very early on. So
It is a
that,
good point, Antonella. I'm not just a pretty
Mhm.
voice over here, you know what I mean? I'm here to
Oh no, you
contribute.
are.
I'm here to contribute some knowledge, man. Some game knowledge. You guys aren't the only ones, okay? I'm gonna chat with these.
I
I'm
just
gonna
think.
chat with these Dune scientists. These Dune scientists out here have spreadsheets and things like that. I can't keep up with these people.
this has Excel sheets. I know that.
Yes, I know. Okay, that's GOAT. Anything else you guys want to talk about Carino before we go on to this?
I want to add a little bit to the Fenring thing.
Sure.
Um, like the authority you get from the POIs is really nice. That's true. I just think that he falls off late game in the sense that you will have 3 agents on Arrakis anyway. He does get you agents quicker, which is cool.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that. And for each POI you did, this is huge, especially in the assassination meta. By the way, asterisk on this game, they hotfixed some stuff and then they broke some stuff, so infiltration cells currently aren't working. So we're gonna have a assassination-less game here. Which, if you guys know anything about some of the more recent Dune monthly matches, assassination has been a huge part of the matches. So that's that. But yeah, go ahead, man. You were talking about him with 3 agents on Arrakis.
Yeah, so Fenring lets you discover POIs at fast speed, so 2 days from the start, which falls off later because you want to have 3 agents on Arrakis for the authority anyway, so you can discover the POIs fast too.
Yeah, but I think it's a big part that you can discover it anyway.
No, man, but
That
you're stealing POIs.
anywhere.
First of all, mid and early game, you're stealing research POIs all over the map from everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, number one,
Mhm.
and
Military research is all over the map.
yeah,
And
and
eco
number
also.
two, and number two, like late game, he allows you to steal POIs in regions that are not bordering your regions, right? That's the whole
Mhm.
crux of him. So if somebody has a Plascrete Authority POI laying around and you snag it because you know it's Carino, you've got stupid amounts of Plascrete at the end of the game. It is worth its weight in gold. Even if you just get two of them will probably lead to like an extra special or like an extra region that you want.
Mhm.
So look, I don't know. This is
I
all up.
think I
It's all
think
up for debate, you know. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
yeah, I think you can say pro and contrast to
Correct. Correct.
each Fenring Mohiam.
Yeah,
They
I
I
think
think
I
all
think
have
it's
their
sad.
reasons.
It's sad that we don't even think that the other guy is even worth it. I mean,
I
is
think the main
Yeah.
problem for me is that it's not really interactive. So the others lets you play the game. Just having a little bit more power is. Mm. And yeah, as you said, maybe you don't even have any truths in the late game.
For
yeah.
2v2, the guy might be good.
People are really. Oh yeah, for 2v2, well, that's a whole different game. You know, you're
Mhm.
Yeah,
guaranteed to
in
have
2v2,
50%
till
power. That guy is
2v2,
a must pick, I think, in
you
2v2.
you would
Yeah.
you could have a constant battle where you immediately send Sardaukars to your teammate every time, and they just die, and then you have free
Yeah.
2 units every day, and that could be sick. Yeah,
Oh, that's all day. That's amazing, actually, because they don't even have a Solari cost anymore. They're free.
yeah.
So
If
You know,
Yeah,
if there's
I don't
no
think
first
this
one.
game is
yeah,
really
and then,
balanced around 2v2, and I'm excited for the
Mhm.
2v2 in this new patch, by the way.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
super excited about that because we're gonna
there are
see,
gonna be shenanigans with X and with
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
all kinds. Because now we have a whole new faction, we have a whole new meta. Like this is gonna be it's gonna be so different. All right, so let's move on to Hark.
yeah.
God, I don't know these counselors, man. I gotta look them up. Hold on. Does
Okay,
anybody?
he's using Fate. He's using Fate Rotha,
Okay.
and the guy I know what he does, but I don't know his name. The military guy that replaced the food.
It's Umman Kudu.
Is that his
Um,
name?
Mm-hmm. Umman Kudu. Easy counselor.
yeah,
Okay.
I gotta see what they do exactly.
Let's see.
So,
So
Hark.
he
Uman Kudu units in a region with an active Harkonnen operation get +1 armor,
Right.
and units take -30% time to recruit.
That's that. Okay, the +1 armor is nice, but I think we're gonna be in agreement here in saying that the -30% recruitment is why you want to play this guy, right?
Hmm.
You can get your army in a third of the time after an exchange with everybody else. This, by the way, just building command posts there. He had 3 main base buildings already. Real optimal gameplay. You can tell, like at a month 3, coming out of month 3, you have 3 main base buildings. You're looking real good. You're looking solid. So, and his
Hmm.
position is nice too. He has access to the middle. I'm pretty sure he's going to try to take the Imperial Basin there to the north. He's got 7k hegemony and he's got a maxed out CP army. So for anybody watching, like this is how you want to look coming into month 2, month 3. And I'm sure we could
yeah.
say that about pretty much
Look, yeah.
every other player here too. They're all pretty much going to be looking the same way here. Yeah,
Look at
Angelero looking
Corino.
good
He's
too.
even more military ready. I saw that he started building he's actually attacking smuggler. So I think he's just finishing the 3-slot red in the main base,
Hmm.
Right.
He's
and he's
probably gonna
attacking
put an
smuggler.
Emperor's
Y-
Monument in there.
yep, for sure. Here's our third
Get
vote.
40% health on his units.
Somebody who's stream. So we want. Yep. Okay. So the -30 Lancer doesn't go through. Corrino on the march towards smuggler territory. He's got 55 CP maxed out. The smuggler army's coming in from the north. He's got 2 units there
Ooh, smuggler
by
has to be
themselves.
careful with the worm.
Yep. That worm is in the way. Dude, that's Siege Tuek right there in the north, isn't it? He's pillaging him. This is reverse Carletto.
This is very, very early. Yeah, very
Oh
nice.
my
This
goodness.
is
Okay,
reverse
let's check out his
Carletto.
army comp. So he's got 4 snipers, 2 incinerators, 1 SARD, a drone, and the rest are 2 SARDs and 4 melee conscripts. And he's got 2 recruited units, like off the map. Super
Mhm.
strong early, bro. He is so
It's really
negative though.
good.
Look at his economy, dude. This is the
Uh,
problem with going
yeah.
red Carino. He's gonna push forward, make sure that the pillage goes off, so make sure he backs up the smuggler army, and he does. I think he just goes home here. He definitely just goes home, or
Yes.
he goes to pillage the
He
sink.
takes the money and goes home.
Yep. Okay, so he made some money, dude. It's expensive. What he's doing is expensive. Yeah, he's going for the sink. He's gonna go pillage the sink. So Angelero is under pressure here early.
No,
No,
Angelero.
it's not
Phobos.
Angelo.
Phobos.
Yeah.
Phobos is the smuggler player. I'm sorry. Who's Angelero? Oh, he's Penetrates. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so now he's going in for the pillage on the sink. And it looks like the smuggler player is looking to sit home. He doesn't have the armor to contest here, man. He's only got 27 CP. So the smuggler player cannot he has to take it on the chin here. He's being very nice by not destroying his buildings, I'll tell you that much. If I was me, oh, he's liberating the sink. Holy Toledo. I understand this. Do you
I would
guys understand
pillage
this?
because
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
would pillage right now because he's in the red, in
No,
the
no,
negative
no. And
Solari.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I understand this. Whenever I see a smuggler take the middle, it makes me uneasy because they get so much benefit from controlling the sink. This is not a fight the smuggler wants to take. He does not have enough armor here. He's going in. He sees that the units are maybe
Oh,
low in supply. Maybe
I don't
that's
like that
why.
he has the range
Mhm.
Maybe that's
upgrade
why.
on
But
the siege drone.
yeah,
That's only when you want to go for base
look at
build
That
the
that
is
supply.
you
He's
have
he's
that.
abusing the
actually
supply.
maybe winnable with much less
Yes,
CP.
yes,
Yeah.
because of the supply and the range. I agree.
Look
If
at
he,
if
the
Goat doesn't have any supply drop.
Look, we're watching the micro here of the smuggler player. It's excellent right here. Excellent micro. He's baiting the units out of the liberation zone, which as soon as they leave that little silver circle, they start losing supply. He's going back to heal, which is good. His units cannot heal. Those artillery drones are still in range though, and they're still pounding away at the smuggler army. Good play. Good early action over here. I like the liberation of the sink. I'm uncomfortable when smuggler has a sink. Here comes the smuggler army back. He's going to try to target the drone down. No. Okay. He takes that easy ranger. That guy's dead. He loses one unit. The units are still super low in supply. They will get a supply boost when the region is liberated, provided they are inside the circle. Okay, those units are going to
Oh,
die. They're
he
bleeding
made
out.
them leave the circle.
Oh, the supply is so low in the Corrino army. Smuggler doing a great job of dancing around here.
I think he now has to go into the circle.
Now
Right?
he has to commit. He has to commit. Is he?
I think he
He can't commit though. He's gonna get wiped. So he
Uh,
has to lose this region.
he's gonna lose the region.
Wait, doesn't he have the counselor that says he has a counselor that lets him re-annex it at a lower cost? And there you go. The
no
supply is
It's
No,
the other one.
no.
He doesn't have that. He has the
He doesn't
influence
have
counselor.
Stakhanov.
Stakhanov is
Oh,
looks
okay. You're right.
different.
You're right. You're right.
I think he could have fought this inside the circle, and then
You think so?
I mean, if he fights, then the supply goes. Doesn't.
See that during this time he wasn't able to
Yeah,
pillage. He's at minus 173 Solari. So this is like what
maybe
you wanted.
maybe it's
I think the players that let the smuggler run around, take whatever specials he wants, and then just pillage everything are making a huge mistake because that's the smuggler wet dream for the mid game. You get out into the mid game, you've had your like 3 specials, 4 specials, and a spice field, right? And then you're out there just pillaging every village, and yeah, I think the early pressure on the smuggler is a great idea. Great idea. What do you guys think?
great
Yeah,
idea. And
it's
he
pretty
did it.
good. Yeah,
Sorry.
most of the time smugglers will have a pretty good army in month 2, month 3. So when I see a smuggler that doesn't have a great army, it's a good idea to attack them. Just because it sets them back a lot.
I wanna say that basically, if just Corino with all his huge army just pillages 1 or 2 zones,
He lost a lot of it
then
though. He lost a lot of that army in that fight, and his economy, like going so heavy Redis Carino early,
so if he just
is
pillages 1 or
tough.
2 village, this minus 16 gold, that I think he's for a long time now 0 knowledge. He could have just avoided that, and then it would be completely fine to early break the smugglers and then still have your
Yeah,
thing going.
yeah. So what Logic is pointed out here is if you're negative Solari, it means you're not researching. And if you're not researching, especially in the early game, in the month 2, month 1, month 3 area, you are definitely falling behind. Speaking of research, we're gonna go to Angelero here, our Dr. Yui Atreides player, who's got 15 research in month 3. How insane is that?
And he's in plus 158 Solari.
Yeah.
So he's
So
got no issue.
Atreides, the people that were the people's cries have been answered, Logic. Actually, it was Angelero's cries. He was the one that was
Yeah.
most upset. How ironic. I mean, look at him. He's got 2.6k Solari in the bank. He's got 15 research. He's making
I think
89
he
plas feet
already
a day.
bought some chomes as well. I
Of
saw him
course,
buying.
he should.
I mean, he has four harvesters. He has the tier 4 yellow. I don't know how many. I think all of the guys are filled up with crew. Just
Looks
because
like
of
it.
Look at his manpower. Are you kidding me? 38 manpower with 209 banked.
I saw that he has research treaty with the 2 guy. I'm not sure if he has a trade treaty or anything other. But yeah, it definitely looks very good for him.
Somebody in my chat said, Leastrea says, is 15 knowledge good? That doesn't seem that high. Guys, is 15 knowledge good for mid month 3 Atreides?
I think
Definitely
it's
yes.
good. Yeah.
It's really good, I think, considering where
the
they
the
were
way
last
the way
patch.
knowledge scales in the game, you can have higher knowledge, but with 15 you can achieve pretty
Yeah.
much everything you want. You can,
Yeah.
Like 15 month 3 is great.
and basically
If you,
he does that upkeep free. So it's not like he built
Yeah.
research hubs everywhere.
Yep.
I think he built one or two
yeah,
maybe.
he's making
Yep.
plus 372 Solari right now.
That's a good point, man.
He
Because
has 51 out of 65 CP, so he has his full red tree. He can make an army that's strong enough to defend himself easily.
yeah, he's got 65 CP if he wants it, right? And he's
Yeah.
researching his red tech, and I would just like to see like how much blue and green we know he got. If you look at his harvesters, he's got four crew and a spice harvester, so we know he got foreman. Oh, there it is. So I'm pretty much guessing he went lay of the land for the research treaties. He got a couple of blue techs, then he rushed foreman, and now he's gonna bang out his red tree. There is
Yeah.
one Atreides
Probably.
tech that I like that he didn't get that I might have gotten personally earlier. It's the T3 blue on the right that gives you the +1 influence and intel for everyone on counter intel. I think that's a really good tech.
I mean,
Um,
maybe now that is a assassination-less game, that then he
I know, but
decided
just
that.
for the intel and for the
think
influence alone.
I think yeah, it's good, but I don't think it's that good early game. Because if you're going for that early game, if you're not doing something like a gov rush,
Right.
it's not gonna bring you that much. Because I
Okay,
think
let's
it's more worth to max out your eco and military first.
right.
Because if you go heavy into the blue, that leaves you open in either eco or
Right.
military,
Right.
which is going to be a huge weakness if somebody attacks
Right.
you.
Notice also, he's sitting two rangers on those villages to the south, and this is specifically because he wants to make sure he doesn't get base dropped here. I
Hmm.
don't think he's necessarily interested in having those regions captured because I think it would be better for him to use them later as part of a spike. We're looking at his main base building here. He's got a 3 red built out. He's got the admin hall in the single yellow, and now he's building another yellow building in the 2 slot. But I think he's using those 2 units over there just to make sure he doesn't get base dropped until the Corrino second base comes out, and then there's no chance for
Yes.
him to have any kind of threat in his backline there. So interesting, smart play. I don't think he's aware that Phobos and Goat have been locked in a battle early game. Um, but I guess the threat of base drop is still there. Phobos now has 45 CP, and the Carino player, let's see if he got out of the economic ditch. It looks like he's making 49 Solari a day. He did not get T4 yellow yet because he only has four crew, and he's now researching yellow tech with 10 knowledge. Let's talk about Zis because he's
Mhm.
just kind of like on the right having a great. Okay, so Zis, our Harkonnen player, he has his
This
hero out.
is
Go
already a
ahead.
10k hedge, which is really great. He has taken both the Well of Riches and Mount Idaho. He's making a good amount of Solari, nearly 500 Solari per day. So he doesn't have money problems. He's maxed out on his manpower. He's picked Nefut as his
By the way,
what let's
Nefud
see.
no longer, I mean not Nefud, the Nefud replacement counselor, no longer do the units not regenerate health unless they achieve a certain level of veterancy. So you get that plus 30% recruitment time without any real downside now, FYI.
That is, yeah, that ability is tied to Nefut as the hero now.
What is it specifically?
Okay,
Um,
Corino and Smuggler in the meantime are gonna have another encounter. Sorry that I interrupt you.
That's good. That's good. Let's
Continue.
go check it out. Let's go check it out.
okay, so Smuggler basically denied him to go in.
Karina with 55
If Corino
CP
doesn't have a
smuggler.
supply drop, he's gonna suffer a lot.
So Corino has 10 CP more, but has no
Yeah,
supply
but
drop and
Smuggler
losing
has
health.
So that's a
Smuggler has
great worm because
upper
As
range.
ideally
militia, yeah,
the worm eats the drone right there.
So number-wise, it should be
And there goes
smuggler,
the drone.
right?
The drone gets eaten. And now, can the snipers out DPS the rest
They
of
just
the
have, they
with the
just have to
militia?
kite.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
have
They
to
just have
guide.
to
The main
kite.
base
He
range is
has the
very, very
operation
close.
down, which makes Corino's units slower if they're losing supply, which
Okay, and
they are.
there's some unit splitting
They're
here.
running out of
I like to
supply.
see it. I like to see the unit splitting.
He
What is
doesn't have a
Carino's
supply drop
objective here?
ready, so
Fighting under the main base. I don't see the objective here. Is he trying to pillage? Is he trying to live? He's going for
I
a
think if
pillage.
if he had a supply drop in this battle, it would be
he would have
completely
won it.
different.
Yeah.
And in the main base is, I mean, kind of close, but still, he could, I think, fight just in the village. Interesting. He's still kind of winning
The worm takes out those two units. So
with the
now it's
help
just
of
two. Now
Shywood.
he just
Yes.
has to. He just has to kite. Just kite the. That guy's dead from supply. Now he just. Now the other
By the
guys
way,
are
I
super
think
weak.
as
Mhm.
as playing Fenring, you could have many interpiews. I think those are one of the most common next to the
POIs.
military
Yeah,
research.
he's
Yeah,
got to kill those two units pillaging
he,
there.
he
Okay,
could
and there
just
he
grab so
goes.
many interpiews and get supply drop.
Yep.
Uh, and yeah, he could use a little bit more of Fenring. Although I
So
don't see any POIs
Corino
now
completes
that he's looking
T4.
around.
Dude, is he gonna get this pillage? He's gonna get this pillage off. Oh no, he doesn't. He
No,
denies the
no,
pillage. He denies the pillage. So Carino's completed T4 yellow. Now he's pivoting into green. So his build order might be a little questionable because I don't think he has the Emperor Monument based
No,
on the
he does.
fact that he
I don't
does
no.
think.
not have any passive hedge. So he definitely does not have the Emperor
Yeah,
Monument. And you
and
can
I
look at
saw
his
that.
main base. We just saw it. It's 3 red and it's a
Yeah,
3 red and a 2 red. He went straight red tech only. This guy was not messing around.
he was aware of the smuggler neighbor, and he didn't even research attack. Does not have double traits on the villages, which is, I think, it's
It
not
is.
that good because he has some pretty good village trait, if I saw it correctly. So he could be
Yeah,
making some early game money. He yeah, not necessarily
Our
needed
5th Lands Red
to
Council.
starve when
Not
in
really much
earlier.
there. This now taking the Imperial Basin. This look, just pay
this is
attention to
really
his
good
production
position
here.
here.
He's floating no authority. Okay, he's maxed out on manpower, which is where you should be on month 4. Should you have to get into a conflict, his economy is positive. He's got good plascrete generation. He's just slightly low on water, but doing a great
Mhm.
job. This over here, doing a great job.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of specials under his belt. He's in a good position here.
Yeah. Um,
Oh,
let's
and
talk about
Andolero
let's
is
talk about
attacking a siege.
is he pillaging it? Or is he
Yeah,
farming it?
he's going to pillage it, I think.
Okay. I wanted to talk about before when Logic said that they were fighting, we switched over to the Carino and to these smuggler screens. But man, this army's tanky, dude. He's not gonna lose a single unit, and
Hmm.
he does to the worm, but that doesn't
He
count, right?
not
And
really.
I wonder if he's gonna pillage it or if he's just farming it. He's It looks like he's gonna pillage it. So, man, what does it matter? He's not running Paul.
But is he choosing Duncan or Gurney? That's going to be an interesting.
He went
He's
with
Oh,
choosing
Gurney.
Gurney.
He went with Gurney. Now, I don't like that choice, and this is what I was gonna talk to you guys about. He was running 5 wardens. Now he's running 4, and he's got no,
No,
he's got.
he's running
he
two
captured the
wardens right
village
now.
mid combat. Yeah,
Is he running 2 wardens?
If there are none in the
he is.
drones, yes.
Okay, so two. Are there any in the drones? That's the
No,
I
question.
don't
because
think so.
no, above the picture there would be like a
Mm.
sign that they are in the, like that
Okay.
one. No,
Okay, so
learning.
so so if he's so did he do you think he made the right choice of hero here based on how many ranged units he has? Because that's where Gurney's strength is. Gurney's strength comes from the ranged units, right?
Honestly, I
Yes,
have no
and
idea.
he's using a lot of his range. Like he's using a lot of rangers, so that just adds to Atreides' strength.
Okay.
And Gurney gives a bunch of armor bonuses too,
Right.
which is at the moment really strong because armor has been changed to it reduces the amount of power a unit has by the amount of armor.
Right. So Corrino still, by the way, has not dropped a second main base, so the Atreides player is still sitting on those territories quite smartly, may I add. Corrino is on 8.8k hedge. I think Zis is our hedge leader right now. Zis is on 13.7. Angelero has
12.5.
12.5, and then that leaves our smuggler player with 9.5.
9.5.
So Zis is clearly in the lead. He probably wants to slow down a little bit here.
He's getting the tier 4 green tech to get his crafts workshops up.
Okay, so he does not want to slow down.
No, I think
he's pressing the gas,
going.
boys. So the crafts workshop tech for the Harkonnen is not where everybody else's is. It's one spot further down the tech tree. It's a T4 green instead of a tier 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this has a bunch of special regions. He has what it looks like 3 right now, and the Great Volcano, which he hasn't captured. And then to the north, he's going for the Sandfall. Yeah, he's gonna make a lot of passive. Corrino will have to either switch off of Smugs, go for base drop on Karthag, or just continue bullying Smugs and handing the win to Ziz.
Why do you guys think he's not dropping a second? Do you really think he's planning on base dropping?
I think so,
I don't know.
because like if I was not planning on dropping a second base next to someone else, I wouldn't go red
That's
particularly
exactly
early.
what I was thinking, man. Like,
Yeah,
why would
yeah.
you go
Maybe
3-2
he
red?
wanted just not have the money. Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe.
And right
I mean,
now, Karthik is open for a base drop if there is space on the tile. But then I don't understand why he went for the pillage over and over again. I would have just pillaged a neutral, get my money that way, than
Yeah,
risk losing the army to smugglers, which he did.
right. Is he getting his main ship out? He is getting his main ship out too, so he's trading for Space and Guild parts.
good
Mm-hmm.
point. Yeah. Phobos
So
seems like
And
I
now,
missed it, but he killed the renegade base. It seems like so he can also, as soon as he builds it, he can build the space guild. Then he can get out of raid.
I think it'd be best in the smuggler and the Carino interest to call a truce here.
yeah,
Hard definitely with the
Angelero's
best
already
spawn.
scouting over Harkonnen area, and he sees that Harkonnen has the sandfall to the north and is about to go there.
Right.
So Angolero might want to take the Well of Riches off of Harkonnen here.
Do you think that the Atreides can beat the Harkonnen in a straight up fight right now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. We'd love to see
On
it,
home
right?
territory for sure, but I don't know if he attacks, then I don't know.
Um, Hey Logic, this is a question for you. Are the smuggler drones that generate 75 Solari per kill worth it to run a small group focused on chain pillaging?
I think that how that works, you don't need more than one.
Yeah,
It doesn't say
only one, I think.
yeah, it only gets the stack on the nearest one, and I didn't see anywhere written that it's a cap. There is a cap, so you just need one drone to collect all the
Mm-hmm.
trophies from the kills, and then you can just
Yeah, you go pillage, have one drone in there to get the stack, then deliver to a village, get intel from that too with the armory
yeah.
upgrade.
I mean, I don't really. So it looks so powerful. An average 3 militia village will get you 225 solari, which is half of the pillaging value. So it's like plus 50% pillage income. And then you just have to have one fuel cell. The upkeep is not even that high as the previous patch. Sure, they cost a little bit more CPU. So that unit seems very busted. I would say.
I hope that answered. I hope that answered your question, Energy Fighter. If you guys have any questions,
Oh,
write them out
there's
in
the
the
base
chat.
drop. There's the base drop on Smugglers.
Okay, so we've got
Here we
action.
go.
Yeah, so he just needed the money, and then that was the plan all along. He
Right.
just
Do we like
didn't have
this?
the
Do,
economy.
do you
I
guys
don't
like
like
this?
it.
That
I don't
okay?
think
The
he's-
main base is so close. I think that if there was if I was to base drop, I'd want that situation that he's got, where the main base is under each other's turret, because
Mhm.
that way the artillery drones are basically covered and you're good, right? Because if you have a region that you base drop and there's a lot of sand in between you and your main region, that leaves the artillery drones a little exposed. So he can basically just rain fire down on him with the artillery drones. And dude, this is so good for Zis right now. This is
Yeah,
so
this
good
is
for Zis.
this is getting a bunch of value out of that.
I wonder if Zis and Angolero will start to fight at some point, and then we have.
Angelero has to, because
Front
Angelero,
battle.
if he wants to have a chance, he has to contest this hedge. And here come the Corrino units. They're flying in. Man, this is annoying, dude. And this is what Angelero was doing. Angelero, props for having the wherewithal to sit those two rangers on those territories. Make sure you don't get base drop.
Mhm.
Although I'm not sure he would have wanted to base drop him anyway, because Angelero was coming out of the early game real strong. Okay, here's the rain.
Yeah, and he could have just forced truces the entire time.
Yeah, here's the artillery rain of hell onto. He doesn't have siege incentives, boys. He doesn't have siege incentives. He has to research siege incentives. What? Let's just game plan this out for a second. Let's just say this
He has
goes
only
exactly
50
how he
XP.
wants. He's gonna base drop him here. He's gonna get rid of him. What real benefit is this gonna get him into the mid to the late game? Because now we're entering the late game. We're in month 5, entering month 6.
Okay, if everything works out for Goat here, he can pretty much get the third base in Smug territory and get all the land that Smug had for very cheap. And then be set up for a good hedge win.
He can play with half of the map if
Yeah.
he kills it.
And half
Yeah,
of the
but
map
this
is gonna be
helps. This
protected
helps
by
for
3
Hark
bases.
too. Hark, guys.
Yeah, Hark
if
has
you
free
guys don't know, Hark has a tech called Instill Fear. Every time he pillages a village, the annexation cost of that village is lowered. Okay, so the more free territories that Hark can pillage, the better it is for him late game, because he can capture those villages for cheap. So Smuggler with the counter attack here, his idea is to not directly engage the main base, because the main base is it's a tank. It's not gonna die anytime soon. He's running the counter attack here on Corrino. This is going to be a long song and dance, guys. This isn't like, oh, I'm just going to base drop you and you're dead. This is not going to be easy.
Smuggler already
This is a
has
huge
rain.
commitment. Huge commitment.
Already has
I
rain
don't
and
swear at all. It takes so much time. It leaves you exposed to every other player, and in this case, it's only a benefit for this.
By the way, I wanna say I saw it the first time on this is screen that ooh, so much damage on the
Yeah.
snipers.
Yeah, that main base turret.
Where is the other army?
Here it comes.
Oh, here it comes. So that the finally the administrative burden actually got another symbol, and so you can now distinguish
That
it
is
from
really
the
nice,
defense
yeah.
breaches.
Somebody's
the
saying
change.
to me over here that he's not using the incinerator bonus, the burn
So-
bonus on the main base to stack with the artillery drones.
I don't think it stacks anymore. I think they changed
I
it.
thought it was fixed too, but I think they still get some kind of buff from having the.
And I don't
I mean,
think
slowly
it
but
is-
surely he will
Incinerator
kill
there.
him if Smuggler cannot push him into.
What are you doing in this situation if you're the smuggler player? I know what I'm doing. What are you guys doing?
I think you try to prepare operation-wise.
I think I'm
Some agents into the
trying
right
to
place.
rally the lobby on Corrino.
That's what I'm
It's the-
doing.
Yeah.
That's if somebody says I'm crying. No, I'm rallying. Sybil says I'm crying.
Nice one.
Dude, no, I'm rallying the lobby against Corrino here because he's so exposed. And guys, don't forget, if he kill, maybe this was his plan all along. If he kills him here, he gets a third main base, which we haven't seen in tournament play yet. That's a new thing in this patch.
And yeah, he's doing it.
No, sorry. I
They've
think
definitely
no,
been in conflict over 50 days.
no, Joe Black. I think Joe Black in
And
his
there it
game,
is. Corino's base
he
rushing
did the
me.
third
Come help me
base.
kill his base. Yes. Okay, so it was done, but I didn't see it. Symbol says I turn off the PC if
Yeah,
I
he
get base
just
dropped.
did it. And
And-
Anguilera is getting the polar sync, so he's setting up a good amount of hedge here too.
Yes, and now Ziz is in a position to really help if he wants, because he can just capture that territory underneath the main base, which will be nice for him because it'll be next to the Smug main base and to the Carino second base if he wants to.
Yeah.
Angelero's taking the sync. They're both making their case to the lobby. This is the fun part of the game, guys. The Diplo, he said, you can help me kill Smuggler. The other guy's saying, help me kill Carino's second base and cripple him. A one base Carino is a shadow of his former self, guys. Is a shadow, and he's building his
Yeah,
first
but-
yellow
but-
buildings now.
Helping Corino kill the base is not worth it anymore. Because he just gets a third base from that. Which you really don't want to have.
I agree. I think there's no situation in which you help Carino. This happened to me in my qualifier match. The minute that Carino,
Oh, you help smugglers here by putting on 20 armor and plus 5 health.
yeah. Well, he there's a
Yeah,
There-
he's gonna put a
there's a-
bounty on himself for that. He
yo
has to.
yo Angelero and Ziz are talking to each other in Russian. Luckily, one of us can read Russian. He goes, "I'm gonna go help him. I think I'm gonna go help him." They're voting for Smug. They're voting for Smug on the thing, on the Spacing Guild resources. So, but he says I'm gonna help him later. He's gonna help him later. But why would you help him later? I wouldn't have. If you're gonna help him later, then I wouldn't have voted for that resolution. I would have let his main base get down to like a quarter just so I could kill him later.
Mhm.
You know?
You go let him get down, kill Carino base, and then kill Smug base after.
How
Yeah.
could they vote for Atreides on the base repairing thing?
Did they?
It's plus 20 armor as well, so you can.
So you can
vote
vote for anybody because
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be damage. Okay,
So who got the charter, by the way?
there was no charter.
No, the Spacing Guild. resources.
Smuggler.
Smuggler got it. Okay. All right. So is this, by the way, now with 27.6 passive, Angelero capping the polar sync. He has valuable trinkets too. I'm looking at Angelero's tech tree. Now he's going down the veteran militia route, which is going to be a nightmare for everybody. And
Yeah.
Angelero,
Smuggler runs into the
15
same
passive.
problem
Don't
as
really
Corrino.
anymore.
Smuggler trying to run diversion tactics on Carino. Carino doesn't care. He can just sit those drones over there and just defend with his Sards and his other conscripts. So I like Angelero and Ziss's position much better. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have played this lobby that way if I was the Carino player, especially knowing how strong of a player Ziss and Angelero are. I think, like, you know, if we had a stat sheet on all the players here, I would have put Phobos at the bottom. And then he would have been my least threat. Although him taking the sync early was like a big brain, big ball move. So I kind of like.
Decapping that was enough to.
I agree. I agree. Why? So you know, this is it's a very questionable way to play Carino for me, because Carino's strength comes from its economic might, right? And if you're not gonna exploit the economic might of the Carino early and go straight into red tech, he's basically playing for a domination victory. He's gonna get a main base here, and then if he kills him, and then what is he gonna do? He's gonna drop another main base next to Harkonnen and kill him, and then he's gonna have to deal with Atreides.
No, I think he's gonna drop his main base in between his first two main bases.
Is this in the meantime farm sieges?
Yes. Somebody's got an inactive harvester over here. I think it's Atreides.
I think if Corino puts a little bit more emphasis on his eco first, he could still have a great attack and an earlier base drop.
Yeah, because it took him a long time to get that base out.
It took him a long time to get out of debt and collect 3,000
That's a
Sonari.
good question. Do base drops give you hegemony? Do you get hegemony for dropping on the territory? I think you do, don't you? That counts
I
as a
think so,
I
controlled
don't think
because
region,
so.
it's a
right?
controlled region, right?
Yeah, it's 600.
Okay.
17.6k on Angelero with 26 passive, and we have what do we have? We have
This on
17.6k with
17.6 with
27.
27 passive.
Yeah, so this is a neck and neck race. By the way, this is the beauty of this game right here, right? You've got a base siege going on the other side of the map, and the other players are still playing the game, right? So there's still all kind, like, even though like most people would be drawn to watching this long, painful base siege that's happening in the northwest part of the map, there's still a lot of things happening that might not even be the main thing that's happening right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because now we have Zis. I think he's going to pillage or he's going to take the volcano. He has 287
I think
authority,
he's gonna pillage and just reduce the cost of it to jump later.
and the renegades appear out of nowhere. He's looking to take it. Nope, he's pillaging it. So he's going to be using that as a hedge spike for later. Okay, and that's big when you've got a special region in your pocket for because nobody's going to contest that. The smugglers are completely out of that situation. You've got
Maybe
a
some Atreides can do some shit just by peacefully acting it. So it might be a play that Angela will go for.
oh yeah, that's true. You've got a peaceful annexation possibility, man. So he's
Mm-hmm.
got to be careful. He could maybe sit a unit on it after this pillage because he's probably not going to pillage it again.
Yeah.
The lone
I,
air renegade unit preventing. Yeah, for some reason I can't remember the name of the Harkonnen main base ship. It's got
The
the
Overlord.
Overlord. Thank you. Thank you.
I wonder when we are gonna start seeing some Atreides Harkonnen conflict, because they are the two contenders for winning.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
the two drones there, look how long it takes. Granted, he got the Spacing Guild resources charter voted for him. It really doesn't matter because it would have taken maybe like, 4/5 as long or 6/7 as long as it is now.
Yeah, and Corrino didn't really prepare optimally for a base drop because it didn't have siege incentives nor 65 C.
If I'm
Mm,
Carino,
right?
I take that village. There goes the drones, by the way. I take that village right there and put missile turrets and a military factory there
Mm-hmm.
in that empty village. Or if I'm Smuggler, I would take that village right now. Smuggler now going for the turret minus 30% damage. He's researching again. There's a worm there. That's super annoying. He's got the Wraith. Wraith. He used interdiction
Right.
zone, so he can't fly there. So this is why Smuggler's not the best drop candidate. He can. He didn't use interdiction zone. What
Did he use
operation was that?
interdiction zone?
I'm not sure.
No, he
But
just
that
used
army's
the.
dead. That Carino army's dead.
Yeah.
The
This
Wraith is
is
still
not a good
tanking.
position to be in
The Wraith is
for
just
Corrino
tanking
right now.
all of the missile turret. Now the Wraith going after the remainder of the Carino army. That worm is still a possibility. Be careful, Smuggler with no supply. That sucks.
Okay,
He can just
he
have the
doesn't use
snipers.
interdiction
He can just
zone.
have this dude. If he can just have the snipers and the wreckers just pound away at the base right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna heal up. He's gonna regenerate the Wraith. Gear regulations. Everybody's gonna vote Carino for that. Judge of the Council. Is this our first charter? Our first political
Mhm.
charter? Okay.
Yep, it seems like Harkonnen is gonna get it if he wants to.
Harkonnen's the influence leader. Unbelievable. Maybe
He's
some
running Fate Rotha, so
some suboptimal Atreides gameplay here. Atreides should not be losing this vote. Angelero, shame
No, I
on
mean,
you.
I think he's just going for hedge. Even though we talked about this, I think he has even more hedge, right?
They're
Yeah,
even.
the same, and they are a little bit more passive. So
But the Harkonnen player can oppress the crafts workshops.
I think I checked it last patch. It doesn't work. I don't know if in this patch it works.
yeah, but he doesn't have the 30% production and specials, no?
So maybe he has 4. Yeah, I think this has 4, right? And Angolero has 3, but I didn't see, but he may have the attack for it.
Yeah, this has 4 specials right now.
So I don't know.
Okay, here comes Atreides to help kill the base. There.
No, he might just take the region right there.
I mean, I would take the region and then like help smugglers.
Yeah. Now this, on the other hand, is just chilling and pillaging. I think.
Just pillaging,
I
reducing
think
the
he's
cost of his nearby villages.
he's doing the chill and pillage situation. Not really looking to get too involved. Hedge
All the while
leading.
farming sieges with Zerbs.
Yep. I
Or
wonder
at
what
least
the
he was
Chome is
doing that.
looking like. We don't know. 25 knowledge on Hark, by the way. That's great. Hark is one of the harder factions to get
23
knowledge
on
on.
23 on Angelero.
Right.
Atreides 20 on
The
Smuggles.
drones have engaged.
11 on Corrino. That's so little.
The Wraith is melting those units. The Wraith is gonna die here.
Yeah, it is.
The Wraith is gone.
But everything Corino has is gonna die too. He can't retreat these
Hidden explosives
units.
go off. And dude, he just needs to focus the drones first and then go for the rest.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And
the
he needs
recurring
supply
theme
drop.
in
He's
this
gotta
fight
use supply
that nobody has ever supply drop. Yeah,
Yeah.
none of Corino, no smuggler. I think he just have to bail out.
Just use
Leave
the
one
supply drop.
unit
He
to
has
tank.
it. He has it. Use it. Oh
No,
no, I'm
no,
looking at the
he-
Carino
no.
screen. I'm looking at the Carino screen.
Yeah.
Jesus Louises, guys. Supply drops, guys.
Yeah, he can't
Hey man,
be
thanks for
on
the follow.
12.
I appreciate it.
So I don't know
He
if you
has
saw
to put an underworld headquarters somewhere to get some water. Like put it on the crescent ridge that Corino has, get water that way.
mid. Does he have?
Yeah,
on
put it
mid?
on the polar sink.
Right.
Like he can't be at 12 water.
What happened to Atreides, by the way? Atreides was over there. Looks like he was gonna annex that region. He said, "Nah, I'm out. You deal with this yourself."
I think he may have realized that this is
Do you
the
know
more
if
pressing problem for him.
they still have the
Bahutal
research?
says, typical situation where both attacker and defender will lose the game. I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree 100%.
Mm-hmm.
they're locked in the blood feud and they're not gonna get off it.
Oh, we might see a fight because Harkonnen has not all of the troops here, and
Yep,
Atreides can
and
just
Valero's going
jump
for
on
it.
him. Okay, so here we go.
And
Do you think they still have the research
this doesn't have
centers?
supply.
I guess on 20k they will
There's
try
no
to.
airfield in range, so that Harkonnen army gets melted. And
Mm-hmm.
he has to
Angelero is peacefully annexing between the Mount Idaho and up north, the region. He's peacefully annexing that. You see that between Mount Idaho and
let me go to
the
his
Wow.
screen.
ice
Hold on.
field?
Yes.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for him to capture on his side of the map right now. He needs those
Mhm.
for later. He's got 3, so that's 1800 right there for later, right?
Yeah.
And so this is great.
He's got 3, 4, if the one to Corino counts, which it will because Corino will just keep attacking smugglers.
Veteran militia being researched.
Mm-hmm.
I would get Proud Liberator for Atreides, though. He doesn't have Proud Liberator.
That
I would
seems
get that
pretty good.
too.
Yeah.
It's hard to, get everything, but I think Proud
It
Liberator.
would be like a 15, 14. I think 14, 16% health.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's
Yeah, it's a lot.
substantial because he's gonna be fighting on his home turf. He's not gonna be fighting.
Oh, putting in the ceasefire so that Hart can't go for it because it's nearly annexed. Yep, there it is.
Here comes the multi-build, airfield,
Wow.
missile turret. What else? What else do you need? Military factory. What else? Intel, good. What else?
Influence. Bro.
So good. So good. Atreides, man.
Maybe he could build a
Might be my new
new.
favorite faction of this patch. I'm not sure.
They
I
seem
haven't
really
had
good.
to play. I almost got to play Fremen today. Almost.
Have you played Atreides yet?
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I
Now
really
he's just
enjoyed
gonna
it.
force the truce.
Let's see the operations of this.
Yeah, a forced truce
So
here.
he has
Easy forced truce. This faction's so busted. Okay, I want to see this. I want to see a max. So the only problem with Angelero is that he doesn't have a Kraken. Okay, and that will be a difference maker here.
and he has to run away from the worm.
Yep. And
I would force a truce here
he
and
hasn't
wait
lost a
for
single
my.
unit yet. I think his first warden's about to die. Dude, Atreides melts. They melt, bro. They melt. It's like a grilled cheese sandwich because he got melted. The cheese is
Yeah, he
melting.
already has a 10 CP advantage.
Yep.
And he's about to get his veteran militia, which means he's gonna receive minus 15% damage here too.
Holy crap. He hasn't lost a single unit, dude. He hasn't lost a single unit. Hark, I'm telling you, they gutted Hark, bro.
Drones coming. He
They
lost
gutted.
one drone.
He,
Drones coming in clutch to save his units there.
okay, he forced truce him.
He forced
Yeah.
truce, but he was actually winning.
He was winning the fight
He
100%.
was. Yeah.
He writes to him, Lagayat как в жопе. I'm not gonna translate that, but I'll just say it's not polite. Guys, check Landsrad. This is too ahead. So he recognizes the Landsrad threat, but I don't know, man. We're 21k. Like, is the Landsrad really gonna be a problem at 21k? Vahital says, typical situation where both attacker and defender will lose the game. If Hark has correct gear equipment, he wins the blob fight 100%. What gear equipment are you talking about, man? Enlighten us.
I don't think that's
I don't think that's true. I've
true.
melted the
Yeah.
Hark army on like multiple factions already. I think they need some kind of like
They are good at
they need something.
attrition, but they're not good at blob fights.
Yeah. But how are you gonna have an attrition fight against him when you haven't killed a single unit? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he
That's
didn't kill a
the
single
strength of
unit, man.
that's the strength of
Because
Atreides right now, bro.
Atreides.
The units are insanely tanky, and you have the drones which just save 6 of your units if you have 2 of them with the right
Right.
equipment.
and this is without Proud Liberator, right? Still.
This is
Correct.
without Proud Liberator. The most of it was without veteran militia.
Which upgrades do you get on your drones, by the way? On
I
your
get
Atreides
plus
drones?
one carrying capacity and the armor upgrade. The
Wow.
first one.
Wow. Wow.
Just because armor is so strong right now.
Did Angolero take something because he has no authority? Oh, he's
Yeah.
peacefully annexing the volcano, right?
Yes.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what you said earlier.
Of
Funny.
course. Yes.
Mhm.
Of course. And then he just
Wait, what are they
keeps
typing?
harking check until the two
Dude,
players
I
just
like
fight each other.
he's typing like in fight заступил далеко, потому что ни нахуй не понимаю. He's typing in English and Russian. It's
All right,
Russian English.
Corrino is taking the tile next to his main base, his second main base, which I think he should have done earlier.
I mean, he can annex that territory next to Hark's main base too. There's 2 of them. And start sieging Hark, dude. Hark is nothing, dude. Hark's army just dies.
Mhm.
Can you imagine? I mean, he can kill Hark legitimately. He can legitimately kill Hark if he wanted to.
He needs Proud Liberator. Angolero needs Proud Liberator. But he thinks that
He's
Governor of
researching a
Threat
blue
is
tech right
harder.
now. He's going
Yeah,
for
because
blue tech.
he wants his influence to get up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think Zeus only had sleeper agent in that fight, so maybe not having
No combat drugs.
combat drugs could be the difference maker. I don't know.
We have to test
Yeah,
this, man.
he
I'm
switched to
under the
border
impression.
defenses now.
I'm under the impression that the Hark army is underpowered right now, which is so crazy because Hark was like the one that like you couldn't really beat ever if they got all their operations right. Smugglers getting liberated in the north. I don't think you
Yeah.
can do much about it. Yo, Smugglers. Yo, by the way, there's been some action. We've been watching Zis and Angelero fight, but look at the main bases on both the Smuggler and the Corrino, who are locked in a feud, and there's no
Hmm.
going back. Somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose, but they're both gonna lose, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it would
Oh
be
yeah.
great for the game if somebody would lose their base and then they could focus on the actual winning Atreides.
Hmm.
Correct. Or stop the Hark Landsrad play.
I think I wouldn't go for the blue text as a Atreides and make it more seem like Hark is the issue.
Yeah, Madman. I mean, so Madman's asking about I experienced the same. Hark Army's too weak right now, and I'm in the agreement. People are disagreeing with me. Vahotal is a good player. He thinks that there's some equipment that could have swung that fight. Maybe an operation that wasn't used. I'm not sure, but I'm not personally liking Hark. I think economically they're good. Militarily,
Oh, Hark is going to
I just wanted to say that this
probably
could make,
pillage the mountain again.
I think he could make like 2k. Yeah, he had a liberation, but
dude,
Oh,
Atreides.
he got it.
Atreides.
Angelo
Oh
got the
my,
volcano.
24K. Now the other
He
guys have
already
to
broke
have a
the
wake
truce.
up call here. They have to have
He
a wake
already
up call.
broke the truce, so he can
Right.
force it again when he needs to, and he's
Right.
getting
Now,
another ceasefire.
is he liberating? Is he going to liberate the Mount
Yes.
Idaho? He is. He's liberating Mount Idaho. Look at all the agents that Hark has, man. I mean, he's a lot of strength on Hark. Like they have a lot of tools, but I'm not. I just think their army might be a little underpowered right now. Okay, Hark going in. Hark
I,
with.
I
Okay, this is it, right? He's got combat drugs and he's got sleeper agent. Now the problem for him is that Angelero's on the border of two regions. So where does he? Where exactly? Okay, now he's falling out, so he has to use combat drugs and sleeper agent here. Okay, and there they go.
what do you think about using a
Okay, so
Problem
I'm
Reaper
is,
getting
sample
problem is
maybe?
Atreides
Gray's
has.
messaging me. He says he has no gunners. He has assassins though, which they're not killing anything, but he has no supply. That's a problem too. Do you guys
How
think
are they not
gunners
killing
is
anything?
is what's gonna make the difference? No, the Hark Army's gonna
I
win this fight. I think. I think the
uh,
Hark Army's
I
gonna win
don't
this fight.
think so because even if Angulero starts to lose, he can still just ceasefire or force a truce.
Right. But
I
But
mean
right now
maybe
he's
is
just
this
like,
is
Harkon
this win?
has to
Okay,
just
we were
you know,
wrong. We were wrong.
doesn't
Hark's
care
got some
about the
juice.
Landsted.
Hark's
I
got
mean
some juice.
if he wants to win on hegemony, maybe he just has to sacrifice the Landsred, right?
Now this is where Hark wants to be. This is the war of attrition that we're talking about. He's gonna remake his army much faster because he has minus 30% recruitment time.
but he's
I think
also
the
losing
I think the
supply, and it's
mistake,
gonna take a lot of time to just get the militia down.
yeah,
And I
and
wanna
there's a
say that
ceasefire.
he's
There's a
stockpiling
ceasefire.
half of the spice on 4.1 exchange rate. If he would full sell, and I think he may have something on his search spice, if I'm not being wrong, so he could make easily 1-2k. So Chomi is still not out of the picture. I think I'm not sure how much money do you need to make to be a Chom contender.
Gray's saying that there's no way Hark is weak. He just had that fight without combat drugs. He's also saying he's not using gunners, but I think he just displayed he doesn't need gunners
Yeah, so maybe combat drugs
so
is the
much.
difference. So
Yeah,
he has a rebel, going over in the north, which is I think it's on a spice field. So if he could resolve that, he could be making much more money.
Hark.
Yeah, Hark.
Hmm.
Yeah, I see it.
I don't know why he's stockpiling. Maybe the next exchange rate is even better than now. Because 4.1 is incredible.
That is
4.1 is really,
incredible.
really, really good.
Yeah,
And
this
he
fight's still
he's
going.
stockpiling
Look at
100, and
this.
he could make 400 more, and it's only on 2 spice. So
Dude, in all the wilds, this is happening as a 2v2. All the while, just smugglers and Corrino are just fighting it out. They are not in the game. They are in their own game.
Okay. Yeah, these guys are they're lost. Okay. This is
Hmm.
at this point, this is like my thing is bigger than your thing, and I don't care. I don't care about anything else, even though both of us are gonna lose.
Hark getting mercs. I'm not too sure about that decision.
Well,
Mercs feel weaker, very much weaker than
I
they
think if you
were last
spam
patch.
them, they're good enough.
But this doesn't have the economy to spam them.
Who? Zis doesn't? He's got
This he
4.5k in the
yeah
bank. He's making 700 Solari a day. I
yeah,
think
but
he's.
they're also 800 uh
I know, but
per year.
again, attrition wise, sleeper agent goes down and supply drop goes down. He's not using combat drugs. There's a assassin there. He's sending his assassin to take out a ranger. I would have taken out a
I
warden,
would have taken a warden, yeah. That warden
but
that's maxed out there, or the
yeah,
ranger
that
that's
warden is a
maxed out.
beast.
It's, it,
Oh, he
he
triggered the
also
veteran
he
militia
also
and
could
then
make a
moved.
missile battery, right, on his border where the Atreides battery is.
Hmm.
Great. He's only using Serbs and he's using executioners, and now he's trying to mix mercs in. I was speaking to him about this before, and basically, what his theory here is that because raw output damage is something that cannot be altered on almost any other unit in the game, except like Executioner in the night when there's masterpieces around. The way the new damage system works is however many hit points you're hitting over armor is what decides how much damage that unit takes. So his idea is I'm just gonna get out as many Serbs, have them die, and have my executioners buffed as much as possible. Zis now realizing he has to liberate the volcano from Angelero, and now Corrino finally waking up. Corrino is attacking the other special region from Zis. Now Zis is not in a position that he should be attacked
Problem
here, which is
problem
weird.
is Goat is
He,
just giving the win now to, or at least helping Angolero.
Yeah, well, he's also trying to solidify his own win condition, right? Because he has to catch up ahead. So
Hmm.
he's taking a special region, and now Smuggler is just sitting there.
I
wait,
think he has to
Harkonnen
make
made
peace
a
with Smugs.
flagship and he destroyed the basing guild. I mean, if he doesn't lose it, then it's right. I think I saw it. He could build this basing guild actually. I still think he should.
Smuggler still does not care, dude. Smuggler sees that he's taking a special region. He immediately goes after the Carino main base. So, man, this is like great news for Angelero, who let's
Yeah,
check his authority here.
he's on 25.9k
I
with
think
50 passive.
Dude, he's got 300 authority. I'm assuming he probably doesn't have the research center. He's going for Hark's
Probably not.
Observatory Mountain here, and he's got 65 CP out again. He's got a couple heavy weapon squads, by the way, so
He could make a rally
he's good,
point at that forward position and just be ready to merc spam there.
right? And so he's liberating. Is he gonna liberate that? He's liberating the Mount Idaho, and he's destroying Zis's crafts workshop. By the way, buildings take forever to destroy right now. Zis
mhm.
fights off
Depending on the
the
faction, yeah.
Carino at the Imperial Basin, and now he's flying back. And now we're
But
getting
look
down
at
to the
him.
wire. Angelero
He's
has
destroying those
300
buildings
authority
pretty
in the
fast.
bank,
He's
and
getting those
Zis,
buildings down pretty fast.
yeah, and Zis is now going to liberate the volcano, which is a must. And I don't know,
He's not gonna. Angolero is not gonna let him.
right? So his mission there was to destroy the crafts workshop, which he did, and now he's flying all this unit, and he's still no Kraken. I think that's a mistake from Angelero. I think you definitely want a Kraken. Um,
So
He's not
laggy.
getting
It is
any.
unplayable. I think he could try to win this by operations if he would. He could build many intel and then just try to admin burden and then slowly but surely
Look at all the
bleed out the
experience he's
Atreides.
getting. Look at
yeah,
all the experience he's getting.
yep. And this Atreides army just mops the floor with Harkonnen, dude. Are you kidding me? Did he not use operations? What happened
He
here?
he he also
No,
yeah he did
he.
not use combat drugs, right?
Does he not have the
Uh,
intel?
He has it and it's not on cooldown. So,
no, he's using it now. But Traces
It's
also
too
has the
late.
mission that gives him minus 5% damage received
yeah,
per operation in the region. And
and
with
he's using
Hark, you
that.
usually
So
want. Yeah, he's using it. Plus, he's using the scav teams and the
so
probe
lucky.
setup.
I can't wait for the post feedback banter. I just want to know if Zis thinks that the Harkonnen army is underpowered because he's I think he out of in the community right now has the most time on Hark because he's played them in every round of the tournament so far. So I would be curious to see Oh, somebody says assassination cell just got patched, so yay, the game's working again.
Oh, that's great.
Thanks, Fahotal. Why are these players just letting Atreides win? Says Shake92, bro. Telling you,
Good
man.
question.
That's a
Good
great question.
question.
I feel you on that. They should have called
But
the truce.
it's another great question. Why is this not resolving that
I don't think he cares,
rebellion?
dude. It's not gonna matter for him at this point.
Yeah,
What's it
but
gonna do for him?
I mean, I don't know, but he has an airfield there. He can just fly over, no?
This is
And
out
then
of manpower too, dude. That's a
and
problem.
look at that.
That is the problem. Yeah.
Atreides. Did you see how expensive is the Chom?
No,
He
I
just
didn't.
bought one.
Did he?
So Atreides, he's on 25. Atreides 18. If he could have the harvester, he would be making some crazy Solari. And if he can somehow hold up Atreides, maybe Chom could be a
I mean,
possibility.
we're in spike territory
Atreides
here.
is double capping his back.
Yeah, that's it. And
his
he
back
is he building a main
territories.
base building? Is he building a main base building? Is he building his research center?
I didn't see.
I'm not sure. I would guess that they didn't delete it, but I could be wrong.
Here comes Atreides to defend again. Hark, not with a. Does Hark have the units? Atreides can't be stopped, bro. I'm telling you, Atreides can't be stopped. Okay, maxed out army. Sleeper agent goes down. Combat drugs
He
goes down.
doesn't have his missions quite yet, but he can
Can't,
force truce
he
at
can't
any
use the
moment.
mission because the lag, bro. The performance, bros. Okay, there goes the mission.
Oh,
Architectural surveys.
Chom delusion will probably.
Yeah, that's a big vote.
I don't know.
That's
I
a
think
big vote.
Harkonnen should deny that, right?
I think so.
Mhm.
No, Hark wants the assassins.
Okay, Mark was on 25%. Atreides was on 18% Chom.
Hark voting himself
Oh, I didn't see
for
Atreides. Did you see
assassins.
Atreides?
Atreides was on 18% Chom.
No, I mean the voting. What did they vote?
And Hark using
I
the rest
didn't
of
see.
his influence
Yeah,
appropriately
Hark.
for denying Chom dilution. So he's good there.
Oh, and Atreides was already selling, so I didn't see the end. Did they check what happened?
I mean, Hark maxed out Chom dilution, but I don't know if anybody else
He needs to
voted
use
it.
his
No,
operations.
I think
He
he spent 100 on the left one, and I think he only spent 130 on the right one, or maybe
No,
430. I'm not sure.
he used all of his influence.
No,
on,
he doesn't. You can see he has already 400 influence. I think he only used 130 on Chom
Oh,
dilution, and it
that was
went
a
through.
mistake then.
And Atreides used everything, so I'm pretty sure that it went through. And
What
Atreides
kind
is
of a
about
beast
to.
is Atreides this patch, bro?
It's my favorite beast. I'm about to main them. I like them the best right now. I'm serious. I haven't had the chance to play Fremen. I feel like I'm an Atreides main already. I feel it.
Dude,
I
I
loved
played
playing
them.
them.
It looks really good, yeah.
I just enjoy their play. I enjoy their play. If anybody steps onto your territory, you smack them down and then just continue on your business. That's it. That's basically it. Yo, Hark lost Mount Idaho.
Hark lost Mount Idaho, and Atreides didn't use operations right now in that fight.
Okay, so I think Corrino will finally prevail.
Gray's saying is that nobody's attacking Atreides, so he looks OP. I know, but I'm just talking about it from a 1v1 perspective, man. I
Yeah, I mean,
personally enjoy playing factions that don't lose 1v1 fights. The rest of the lobby I can figure out, but if I can't win a 1v1 fight, for me that faction is a no-go. And right now, that faction to me is Harkonnen. Like I don't think Harkonnen can win 1v1 fights, personally.
by the way, I don't know if so the plus 50
28.6.
damage base taken, it was, I think, an all faction resolution, right? Because I
Mhm.
don't see on anybody that they have a negative effect. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
it
even.
didn't went through, but
Yep.
Goat seems to finally prevail, if I'm right. And
I haven't looked.
maybe
I haven't
it's in
looked
not
over
in
here
time,
in
right?
15 minutes. It looks like yeah. It looks like he finally got
Is
the
it in
smugglers.
time? Not in time, I think.
No,
Atreides is just peacefully
he's
capturing something, surely
right,
somewhere, right?
right.
On the
He
west,
captured
on the
two.
west.
He captured
Okay,
2 regions just now.
And tax is hitting.
just now, and
Tax just
I
hit.
don't. Yeah, on the west.
In the west he's capturing.
So if that comes, I think with that he wins, right? There's no way
He
that
Yeah, he
has
they
does.
to. Yeah.
liberate one village in that time.
I mean, they could
So
have
He
just
does.
called a truce.
They can't get him because he can ceasefire and he can force truce. if he just gets a bit more influence.
Oh yeah, he can ceasefire. No. Yes, sorry. He can. He has it. Okay. I was looking at Harkonnen screen.
Well, it was interesting.
I mean, look at how little money he's making actually with 4 harvester. Late game when the spice tax
Ooh.
is no, I'm lying. Sorry, he could be making 1,000 more. No, he could be making like 600 more.
One last fight. This has his 63. He's got max CP army.
Of course.
So does Atreides, I assume. So does Atreides. And yeah, I mean, it's somebody's. Look how long it's taking him to kill the base, by the way. That base is still alive.
Yeah, it's not worth going for a base kill.
No, well, he
at
didn't use
all.
incinerators. If you're gonna kill main bases as Corrino, you gotta use incinerators because it helps stack the burn damage.
At
So-
least 1 or 2, yeah. But
Well,
I don't think the burn damage stacks, at least not infinitely anymore. But yeah, even now,
this was a really
Dog
fun
doesn't
Canley to
work.
watch.
Yeah, right.
These were really fun Kenleys.
Corrino's winning his Canley and Atreides is winning his. Let's go.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Who's winning
Too
first?
bad only one of those Canleys decides the game. I don't think he's gonna get the base kill, man. I don't think
No,
he's gonna get
he's
it.
not.
Yeah, Gray,
But
you
he's
gotta be
gonna get his
careful.
Yeah,
third
it,
base.
it was
You're not
so-
muted, Gray. You gotta be
insanely
careful when you
bad.
talk.
Yeah, this is the biggest problem right now, I think, in this game.
Yeah, he's getting the region. He's
That's
just-
it.
No, I mean it doesn't
cannot do
matter, dude.
anything with 2
That game
FPS.
was over.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop the recording here. We'll stream a little bit longer just to get the post game yakety yak, and then we'll see what the players are thinking.